Hi everyone, I'm Nicole Kearney, the manager of BHL Australia. In this video, I'm going to explain how to download existing article data from the BHL admin dashboard. This is one of a series of videos explaining the key steps involved in making the articles on BHL discoverable. I encourage you to watch these videos, particularly the introduction explaining why it's so important that we add article data to BHL. Many journal titles already have some article data on BHL. Downloading the existing data is an essential step in ensuring that you don't create duplicate articles on BHL. The existing data can also be a useful base data set to correct and gap fill in your efforts to produce complete and accurate article data for a journal. To download the existing article data for a BHL title, go to the BHL dashboard and click on Titles in the Library Functions box. Then search for the title using the title ID or the journal name. This is the title record for the occasional papers of the Bernice P. Bishop Museum in Hawaii. If I scroll right down to the bottom of the page, there's a Download Segments function. This is a relatively new feature in the BHL dashboard, so you may not have seen it before. Note that if the Download Segment option is missing, it means there is no existing article data for that title in BHL. But if it is there, you can click on it to download the existing article data. When I click on Download Segments, my computer automatically opens a text file. Because the data has just popped up in front of me, I find it easiest to just select all and copy and paste the data into a Google Sheet. However, your computer may behave differently. Many browsers will prompt you to save the file before you download it. You might then find it easier to open the file directly in either Excel or Google Sheets. The first thing I do when I have the data in a spreadsheet is to name the file with the BHL title ID and the journal name. So this is all the article data that BHL currently has for this journal. This bibliographic data includes the title, volume, date, authors, start page, and end page for each article. At this stage, you can delete or hide columns that you know you won't be using, such as translated title. I want to point out here that articles in BHL exist as publications in their own right in the BHL catalogue. And like BHL titles and BHL volumes, each article has its own unique identifier in the form of a BHL segment ID. I'll talk more about BHL segment IDs a bit later in the video. So BHL currently only has article data for 4 articles in this journal. And if you look at the volume and page numbers, you'll see that there are a lot of articles missing. If you've pulled the data from sources other than BHL, you might need at this stage to sort by volume and then start page before you can see what you're missing. So our next step is to check, correct, and gap fill the article data for this journal to make every article in every volume discoverable. I'm not going to go into how to prepare article data in this video because I've made a separate video all about that, but also because Susan Lynch, Diana Duncan, and Joel Richard have created extensive instructions explaining exactly how to do this. I highly recommend you read their segments documentation before you upload any article into BHL. You can find that document using this link on the slide. I will say, however, that in your checking and gap filling of article data, it's essential that you maintain those existing segment IDs for the existing articles so that you don't create duplicate articles in BHL. Here is my complete article data for the occasional papers of the Bishop Museum ready to upload into BHL. You'll see that I've included the existing segment IDs, and this ensures that any corrections I've made to the article data for these existing articles will override what's currently in BHL, rather than create new duplicate articles. If you have a very large data set, you might like to break it into manageable chunks, particularly before uploading, and it may also make it easier to work on as you go through if you started at the beginning with a very large data set. But once you have a complete data set like this one, please watch the next video explaining how to upload article data into BHL. And once I upload this data set into BHL, every article will have its own unique segment ID, its own article landing page, complete with all that article data. It will also have its own pre-generated downloadable PDF, and it will be discoverable by the BHL catalogue and via external search engines. So thank you for listening and for all your future efforts making the articles on BHL discoverable. I encourage you to watch the other videos in this series. And if you have any questions, please submit a Gemini ticket to BHL's Persistent Identifier Working Group, the PIWG, or contact us via the BHL Staff Listserv. Thank you very much.